Welcome to the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can find us on youtube.com/diaspora panel. Our website is at www.diasporapanel.com. And if you want to email us, you can send your email to info@diasporapanel.com. On the panel with me today, I have Mr. Olaitna Adedigba, who is based in America. Mr. Adedigba, you are welcome to this meeting.
Yes, thanks for having me.
And also, I have Mr. Ola Lawal, who lives in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are also welcome to this meeting.
Thank you for having me today.
Okay, so in the last few days, we have come to grapple with the declaration of APC National leader, Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu, that he wants to contest for the highest office in the land. While he has every right under the Nigerian Constitution to aspire and fulfill his lifelong ambition, there are some question marks that has appeared against his candidacy, which we would like to discuss. So the first question that I want us to talk about is his political machinery. As the father of the APC in the Southwest and the national leader of the party, there is no gainsaying that he has the political clout across the country. So the question is, does being a popular politician makes anyone a successful president? Lighton, let me ask you first.
Can you ask me the question again, please? What's the question again?
Okay. The question is, does being a popular politician in the land, does that translate to the fact that you become a good president?
Yeah, thanks for having me this afternoon once again. Being a leader in the APC, a leader can be anything, right? In the Nigerian palace. No, this is the one that made these people, they dictate whoever hold any political office in Nigeria. So they back it off financially, whatever they want to do. And a leader like Tinubu, right? A leader who imposed, a leader who nominated and worked for House of Rep, Senator, Vice President, President, right? A leader from one state to around 6 states again later on after PDP has the PDP tsunami done in Obasanjo. So a leader can aspire once again to become anything in Nigeria, to become president or become vice president, to become anything. Yeah. So that is my take. A leader can become anything in Nigeria because he believes he's a leader, and whatever he says, his followers, they will do. They will follow. They will follow suit. He will lead while the followers will saw. Those people who have benefited from him, those two people who have one way or the other, immensely contributed. That he has contributed to their success. He announced their successes in elective posts.
Okay, Lighton. Thank you. Let me ask you.
So he believes that this is a giving back time.
Shupo, can being a popular politician, does that translate that you be a successful president?
The answer is no, as far as I'm concerned. Being successful in politics includes several elements. One is having a vision and a program that people can coalesce around. One is having, the right temperament to be able to bring people together, to achieve that vision. There are also things around having, I think, as you rightly described it, having a good political machinery, to be able to, bring people together from the grassroots and all of that to support your vision. And I would say that Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu does have that political machinery, and he seems to have perfected it over time. He's been involved in Nigerian politics, at the highest levels for a very long time. So I won't take that away from him. But to answer your question, I think if we look at it from the perspective of what the next leader should be for Nigeria, while I would agree that he does have the political machinery, I don't think he fits the profile of the type of leader that Nigeria really needs, in the next political dispensation. I think Nigerians have come to see the last couple of administrations, and they've seen some of the challenges and the problems that we've had. And, Nigerians have decided, for example, that, the next leader would have to be someone who is more capable. I think Nigerians are looking more for someone who is qualified than, somebody who just has a political machinery. So, and I would also say that having a good political machinery does not mean that it will be used for good governance. What I took away from Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu's declaration was that it was all about his ambition, not necessarily what is good for Nigeria.
Okay.
And I'm yet to be convinced that his candidacy is what Nigeria really needs.
Thank you very much. We're going to come to all that. So, Lighton, the question I want to ask you, is Ashiwaju, as the leader of a political family that has produced governors, commissioners, ministers, and even a VP, he has been described severally as a mentor to these great personalities. But the question I want to ask is he really their mentor or a receiver of managerial help from these professionals? Is he their mentor? Do you think everybody can mentor?
I said it earlier on.
Yeah.
They are teammates. It's only in Nigeria that they think about somebody who, is a leader. Because he nominated you, he will become your leader. Because he's so. But in democratic setting, they are all teammates, right? Working towards collective goals to achieve political ambition, right? Egalitarian society. But in Nigerian palace, where you want somebody support you, somebody will just nominate you and support you, give you anything. But be as it may, Ashiwaju, we should not take it from him. He not only support these people, he rolled out his machinery to support them that they win until they win. Look at the case of Aregbesola. Olagunsoye was at the 6 months to go in the second term. When Aregbesola, Ashiwaju brought Adrian Forty from Britain to the help of VP. He told VP that, okay, these people, they rigged election in Oyo, all these places, but eventually, when he proved it, that there was multiple Trump printing, right? They won. So they see him as their leader. They refer him because he supported them, right? Were it not for him, they would have gone into a institution. There will not be anybody like Aregbesola. There will not be anybody like Fayemi. The same thing. So these people, he supports them financially. He brought the experts, fingerprint experts from Britain. So they even said they've not done in their 25 years experience of working as a fingerprint expert, they've not carried out 25,000, talk less of millions of fingerprints in Nigeria. So eventually they won. They proved it in the court of law. They won. So as a result, they see him as their leader.
Okay.
Who can dictate for them.
Okay.
So that is it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Light. And that's a very good opinion. Let me go over to you, Shupo. The same question. So the question I want to ask is, if somebody is an SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Ashiwaju has called him to come and help him to solve legal issues in Lagos State. So is Ashiwaju his mentor, or is he the one receiving professional help from a professional man?
No, not at all. So I think one of the good qualities that I would say that Ashiwaju has is the ability to be able to attract people from all walks of life, to help implement, his vision. Being able to recognize good talent and being able to convince them to join his administration and help in actualizing his vision, I think is one of the good qualities that he has. So I wouldn't really say, he's a mentor. I think the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, is an outstanding person in his own in his own might. So I wouldn't really put it that he's a mentor, but I mean, as somebody who probably called a lot of the politicians that we have today, to governance and all that, I think he's kind of sees himself more as a godfather to many of them. I wouldn't really say, because each and every one of them have had to champion their own political future. And we can see that, playing out.
Thank you very much. Okay. So, Laiton, I'm going to ask you the next question. And now, I want to talk about Ashiwaju stewardship in Lagos. As the man who turned Lagos around, there's no doubt he turned Lagos around, but does not have any experience at the national level. Unlike PYO, who has been a vice president for over 6 years, he has met a lot of foreign leaders. He has been as an acting president on 2 different occasions. Do you not think, this is a better candidate to, to be president in 2023 than Ashiwaju?
Yes. Nigerian system, the way it is designed, Ashiwaju is eminently qualified to be the president. But don't forget, Ashiwaju have been senators too. So, he represented Lagos State. Right? He has been at the national level too. And the majority of the senators always graduate to be the president. Like Hillary Clinton, like Obama. So, Ashiwaju too is eminently qualified to be the president. But I want an instance whereby if we are putting vice president forward, I want I need Ashiwaju to back him. If Ashiwaju will not, because of his old age, he doesn't want to contest, and the Ahmed is nothing. But I want an instance whereby Ashiwaju will support him wholeheartedly as a president. We support PYO as president. So because I know what I'm talking about, if we collapse all the political structure he has to PYO. So once they can do that, sky is not the limit but the footstep. So I don't want an instance whereby another Fulani will come and become the president of Nigeria, right? So anybody that PYO is eminently qualified to be the president. Look at the time, the little time he had fought for President Buhari. He turned around, even the arch rival of APC said it, Baba Galadima. He said, this is the type of person they need. PYO is the type of person they need.
Okay, so, let me pause you there because of our time. Shupo, I'm just going to, run over the same question. We have an Ashiwaju who is apparently maybe the best governor Lagos has ever had. He will turn around the fortunes of Lagos. Okay. We also have a vice president of Ashiwaju who has been a vice president for 6 years, who has met so many foreign leaders, attended so many foreign functions, who has been acting president on 2 locations. And we have an Ashiwaju whose experience is only limited to Lagos. If you have to choose between the 2, who will you be rooting for? Are you muted?
Thank you very much. Personally, I would I would throw my support behind the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for many reasons. Again, because I think if we look at the profile of what Nigerians are kind of looking for in the next leader, I think Professor Yemi Osinbajo aligns more with that profile. He's much younger. He has the right temperament. He has the right experience. I think, as you've rightly qualified, he has been acting president on 2 occasions, and to note, in which on those 2 occasions he has performed very, very well. I think that is worth mentioning. He wasn't only acting president; he actually was acting president, and he did very, very well on those occasions. He is able to garner support from across the country, in the north, in the southwest, and I believe also in the southeast. He does have this ability to be able to bring people together from all walks. So I would say that makes him a lot more qualified. And age is much more on his side. He seems to be of better health, and he seems to be somebody that many more Nigerians can relate to. I mean, I've listened to a lot of his speeches, for example, where he was saying, for many years he wasn't able to buy a brand new car. I mean, that's the experience of many Nigerians. So I think a lot of Nigerians can relate to him, and I believe he can relate to their day-to-day experience as well. Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu did have a good track record, and I will put that in quotes, in Lagos, that he was able to turn Lagos around. But there are many allegations now about how he was able to do that, and some of those questions are not answered.
Okay, let me pause you. Shupo. We are going to get into another person there. Okay, so Lighton, I want to talk about something we are all familiar with, about his age. There's been a lot of allegations that okay. Well, let me first of all say, okay, it's 70 or 69 going to 70. Now, we saw what happened to President Buhari, who's been going on medical trip to England on account of his age and age-related disease and his slowness to act. Is this what we want to put up with for another 8 years?
Yeah, the age falsification in Nigeria is not a new thing. Remember General Buhari, when he was petroleum minister?
No, we actually let's actually say, okay, he says he's 69, 70. Okay, at 70, do we need a 70-year-old man now in government who will be going to London on medical trips?
We need somebody with experience. We need somebody with clout. We need somebody who can identify talents, who can fix people, that can do the job, that can deliver the job. We don't need, it's not about age or anything. What we need at this material time is somebody who can do the job. Right? Somebody who can identify, okay, you put a square hole in square, square peg in square hole. Right? That is the need. That is the, look at Biden in America. So Biden is close to 80. Right? Yeah, this guy, Trump, when he was elected, he was 79. So, so these are the things. But in Nigeria, what we want, to me, with Ashiwaju track record in Lagos, he made the IGR from 600 million, he catapulted it to 4 billion every month. So at the point in time, he tied all the roads, he did everything,
Okay, Lighton, thanks. Let me just...
they didn't pay salary from federal government, they didn't pay anything.
Okay, thank you, Lighton. Shupo. As Lighton, if you pick up what Lighton is saying, I just want to go over about his health. Though we don't know what kind of health problems he has, but each time we see him, if he says 69, it doesn't look 69, it looks like 79. His mien always displayed that he's battling with something. There was a time he went for an event, he fell down, we don't know what's wrong. So should he not be more concerned about his own health at this time than running for the presidency?
Well, if I were him, I would be. health, they say, is wealth. And this is one of the reasons. I think we saw what happened during the Buhari presidency, where the president really was kind of battling his health. Nigerians don't want that any longer. And I think it is important that candidates who aspire into the highest office in the land are aware of that their health is, as long as they are throwing in their heart to be considered, should be something that should go through the right scrutiny. I'm not privy, and I haven't heard of the vice president, going abroad for medical treatment and all that. To me, again, even that is an indication that our government has likely failed. How many Nigerians can afford to go abroad for treatment? I mean, if we have hospitals that are ill-equipped, doctors aren't properly paid, those are the effects of bad governance that we've had for many, many, many years. So to kind of bring that back to your question, those are the reasons why I believe that Ashiwaju, should kind of remain in the role that I think suits him well, which is to use his political machinery and infrastructure for the good of the country. And let the younger, stronger, more visionary leaders take charge and support them in whichever way that he can.
Thank you very much, Shukwo. Laiton, now the next question is for you. And so your candidate, Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu, there are stories that is from Iragwiji in Osun State. And there are even speculations that could be 10 years older than he is claiming. And people are actually, they are questioning his certificate. There was a time he said it's from, he went to government college in Ibadan, but he could not point to any of his classmates. I mean, I remember that during the time of Obama, Trump challenged Obama that Obama is not American, and Obama produced his birth certificate. So why is Ashiwaju running away from scrutiny? Why is he running away from scrutiny?
I'm not a PRO for Ashiwaju.
Why is he running away from scrutiny? If you want to become a president, you should put yourself in front of scrutiny. Why are you running away from scrutiny?
Well, it's only anybody that want to aspire to public office. These are the kind of derision and ridicule they normally face. Ashiwaju is no exception. I believe the dirty linear, the dirty linear will be washed. The needs of everybody. So what I'm after is somebody who wants to deliver. All these 79 and certificate for year is irrelevant. What he can do to deliver and to bring Nigeria from this quagmire that we have, that is what matters to me. Anybody can. His age. Everybody they don't believe it's something bad in Nigeria. You can doctor your age anytime, any moment you want, right? Just to be longer in service. But we should be careful not to throw away a bathing water with the child.
Okay.
Somebody will do the job. No.
In addition to the question I've asked you, there's always this link between him and Alpha Beta. And there's even a link between him and the NSAS protest, where they said his family is running the advertisement on
they are unconfirmed reports. It has not been confirmed. They should take him to court. So they should produce the evidence that link him to all these multi-million.
So you want us to take him to court in Nigeria?
They should take him to court and they should produce
to a Nigerian court.
Yeah, Nigerian court. So once they take him to Nigerian court, they can be proved.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know how that works. Yeah, we know how that works. Okay.
They can be proven in the court of law that you're this we do this, and the toll gate, you are the one that owns the toll gate, you are the one that owns this. Anybody can all say anything now. You are the one who can wake up and say, because you don't like his face, he's the one that has it now. So because you are taking him to the public court. So everybody can say anything they like. Ashiwaju,
but like, Why has he not come out to debunk all these allegations? Why is he running away from public? Why is he running away from scrutiny?
No, I learned something from him. He said, as a general, when you are fighting, you face the fight you are fighting. You don't be distracted by anything coming from this side. Once you are distracted. So that's why I say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatever people might be saying. So I think I like that assertion that, okay, I want to face what I'm facing. Later on, I can come back to that. So, but the moment you are, it's like a fighter, like Muhammad Ali. But once you are fighting, you face your fight. You don't look at their side attraction.
Okay.
So,
Lighter. Doctor, you see, Olabode George, Chief Olabode George, a prominent Lagosian,
yes,
has come out on several occasions to say this man is from a rugby G.
Okay.
Why does he take the Ashiwaju to come out and say, no, I'm from Lagos. This is my birth certificate?
You remember the only time Lagos was peaceful was when Olabode George was in prison. He's a troublemaker. Olabode George is a troublemaker. So he just foment trouble anywhere, anytime, so it doesn't matter to him. I saw that he is. So, but he said, no, Kafaru Tinubu came to court to swear on Quran that Ashiwaju was his own child. Right? That his own child, Ashiwaju was his own child. While Abiola was alive, not that Yamakaji was there, he said they don't say they are adopted son, but they said they are their wife. I mean, they are their children. So, I mean, who are we to say they are not the one that?
Okay. Like, finally, let me ask you now.
Okay.
We know the situation between first Buhari's certificate, where he was never able to produce his certificate, and they went to go and do one. They printed and put his face. Is Ashiwaju now going to release his own certificate so that we see what schools he attended? Because now he's running away now.
It's not compelling.
Because it's not running away from scrutiny. He can't even say, he said he went to government college. Nobody knows him in government college.
No, he will produce that when he wants to contest. There's no way they will not produce his certificate. And all those, don't let me say it's a fallacy. All what people are saying, right? But they are the one, right? They can prove, they should compel him. They should go to court. Okay, Ashiwaju, you want to contest for the president? You want to see your certificate? They should compel him to bring out the certificate. No, it's just a good beer ballot talk.
I think you wanted to say,
yeah.
And you see that you see that in the beer parlor. After taking,
I disagree, and the reason I say that is because all of these questions that Mr. Laya has asked are questions that are very vital to his claims that he's qualified.
Yes.
And these questions, they need to be answered. They are not distractions. They need to be answered. If he's saying
the questions, the question of the issue of certificate,
if he should release, all of his certificates, which schools did it, what educational
the transcript,
have, all of that for the vice president, Professor.
I think when the time comes, when you get to the river, where you know.
Okay. We just leave that.
Where it is time,
we leave that.
I think if we produce, remember Chicago State University, they gave him alumni honor. They gave him an award.
Okay.
So if he were not to be their alumni, would they alumnus? Would they give him a certificate? I mean, would they honor?
Okay.
Remember, once again,
I think
remember,
kind of jumping quickly on the alpha beta connection, because those are very serious allegations. And what I really would hope that Ashiwaju would do actually is that he will not only release his educational qualifications, he will release his medical records.
Yes.
He will release his financial records, including how much taxes he has paid in the country, how much did he make, probably for the last 15 to 20 years.
Yes.
I think it is important if he
important.
really wants to show Nigerians that he is honest, he is open,
and accountable. He needs to be accountable.
He has no skeletons in his wardrobe. And once and for all, if he really wants to quell all of the questions that have come up, he needs, how many companies does he own? Does he have any offshore companies? I mean, there are so many allegations, so many of them. And all of these things are central to his credibility as a candidate.
And it's not like we are opposing his candidacy. We just want to know, if you want to be our president, we want to put you under scrutiny. We want to know, that's all. So, my last question, okay, I'm going to direct you to Shupo. Now, Shupo, we have seen in the last few days after his visit, Ashiwaju's visit to the president, and his mini declaration, let me put it mini because he said he's a consultant.
Yes.
It was not followed there by any of the big guns of the party.
Right.
Pabisi Akande was not there. Oshiomole was not there. Fashola is not there. Fayemi is not there. Even the state governor, Sanwo-Olu, did not follow him there. Aregbesola, who is one of his ministers in government, is not there. But Abiamila, who is the Speaker of the House of Rep, is not there. There is no senator behind him. And even after he has released his declaration, none of these people has come out to say, we are backing him. Can Ashiwaju Tinubu see the handwriting on the wall, or do you think he has been blindsided by his lifetime ambition? Is he in denial?
So I will draw you to one thing he said in that mini declaration. Actually, two things. One, he said it has always been his ambition for a long time. And that resonated with me because to me, I didn't see it as this is what the country needs and this is what I have to offer. I see it as this is my ambition.
This is what I want.
This is what I want.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter whether I'm qualified or this is my ambition. So that's the first thing. The other thing that he also said was that he has always been a kingmaker. He actually used the word kingmaker. I mean, in Yoruba term, he has always been an afobaje. Now, this is an afobaje, a kingmaker, who now wants to be coronated. And one thing that I have noticed in a lot of Nigerian politicians is the inability to stay in their lane, where I believe is where God likely wants to use them.
Yeah.
If you are a kingmaker,
stay
that role.
Yeah.
Follow it. Do it properly. And
install a proper king. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Do it with dignity. Yeah. Don't arrange your own. So those are the two things. You have already called yourself a kingmaker. Now, but it has been your ambition to be the king. Now you are arranging your own coronation. So that's really the way I see it. It has nothing to do with what the country needs at this moment. And I think the long list of political associates that you've mentioned that have not stepped up to the plate to even say congratulations or opposing, speak to the point that many people don't think this is the right thing for Nigeria. I think for once, people are putting their own political interest aside because, when you look at some of the problems that we've had in the last couple of years, security, even rich people in Nigeria can't work freely. Yeah. It doesn't matter how much money you have or who you are. People cannot walk freely in that country. And I'm sorry, there's no money you have. You can't be under police protection 24.
There's so much at stake.
There is so much at stake. So for the first time, I think people recognize that we need a competent person who can actually deliver. Not somebody who is going to share money, because whatever money that you are given is, you are not, it doesn't matter really anymore.
We can't continue like that. No.
We can't continue like that.
There has to be a full stop.
So for the first time, I think people are looking at the situation and they are looking at who is most qualified, which is why I strongly believe that you haven't really had much, because what has resonated with people is this is not the right decision.
Yeah.
That is the best interest of the country. That's the way I read it.
Yeah, people love him. People love him for what he is, but that's not where we want him. That's not, at this point in time, we don't need somebody like him. We need somebody, a technocrat with a vision who knows what he wants to do with Nigeria. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And just before we close, I want to give you 1 minute to say your 1 minute declaration, social media declaration. Let me start with you, Lighton. I want you to look into that camera and give an advice to Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu.
Yeah, not only Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu, but all our leaders. They should be thinking about how to make Nigeria better. I want an instance whereby I want to leave Nigeria better than Aneta. Because everybody, they are going one by one now, right? So the legacy will be created to our coming generation. It matters. That will drive us to the next generation. Where are we going? Everybody just have ambition, but they don't know what to do. Look at the Ikube president. He was crying 3 times that he contested, he never won. He got there, he couldn't do anything. He said he's tired about Boko Haram. Is that what you expect the president to say? So everybody, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our neighbors. The neighbor we don't take care of, we don't have a ground floor. These are the people that will rise against us later on. Right.
Thank you.
So I want our leaders to be visionary, to create a convivial environment for our people.
What is I'm going to ask you again, what is your advice for Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu?
My advice for Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu, if it's not contesting, to give his apparatus and support PYO. That is my advice for him. He should support him. He should support him wholeheartedly, because his dream, his ambition will be, this is the people who passed through my school of thought, and he's become the president, and he turned over what I should have done that I couldn't do. Somebody else, one of my people in my school of thought, they did it better than I would have done.
Thank you very much, Lighton. Mr. Olalawa, what's your social media declaration? I want you to advise our Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
My advice is, as a kingmaker, stay king making. Choose good leaders. Support them with your infrastructure and do the best that is in the interest of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Your own personal ambition.
Thank you very much. So we come to the end of today's deliberation. So I want to thank you very much, Mr. Olata Digba, who is joining us from United States of America. Mr. Digba, thank you for coming today, and thank you for your contribution.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Lalawa, who has joined us from Canada, and thank you for taking time to be here today. And I want to wish you all a very good week ahead. Thank you, and God bless you all.